We are live. You know, there was a time when I couldn't drink coffee without sugar. And now I feel like if I drink it with sugar, I'm cheating or making like a big mistake or something. Life. Now let's see how this looks on the different platforms. Hey, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hey, Katie. I tried to start the stream a little bit later today, but actually the truth is that I slept late yesterday intentionally. This week has been a whirlwind, and I was just like, you know what, Kamga? You deserve an extra hour of video gameplay this week. You earned it. So I did. I stayed up past my bedtime, played a little bit of Dead by Daylight. It's this horror game that my buddy Mark and Nodita used to play a lot a couple of months back, and I was like, oh my god, this is so scary. Just yes, I saw that. I saw the 900 subs. I actually left a comment. I don't know if you saw the comment on the on your community tab. That's awesome. That's awesome. 900 subs, like 100 to 1,000. You know, it's really nice. Yeah, I'm thinking of. I mean, I've been thinking of. I need to organize myself to have more time to be able to watch more videos because the way my week goes and the schedule I've built so far, there is very little time for me to consume content. You know. Wait, let me check to make sure it's there. It has to be there. What? I mean, it wasn't like a poetic comment. It was just me, letting you know that you're awesome. Yes, I see the one here. You wrote it. Oh, I was scrolling down and I refreshed, so it just put all the new things. And I'll just go to your page. You don't have much time to watch. Look at that. You see, this is the thing about this whole journey. I feel like, and there's a video I was watching this morning, but that's on the subject of today's live stream. But there's a video about for people who feel too late in life, and it was Thomas Frank. He does productivity mindset type videos, reviews, and lots of cool stuff. But he had 2 points to share about people who feel they're too late. So basically, he started a video by sharing this Instagram post of a man, an artist. He says, when he was 32, living with his parents, broke, I think he said in debt or something, not be able to do anything. And then when he was 42, full-time business, wife, kid, which basically was the idea of, 10 years is a long time. And when I see progress, that's why personally, at least let me not say as if that's the way I felt all the time. But now I think a lot more in that direction because I've seen too much evidence that if you just put your head down, improve, be consistent, do your part. If you just focus on what you can control, a lot of things will fall in place. So I'm not surprised because I've seen you put in the work, you're in touch with your community, you're struggling to find a path that works for you. And yeah, I think that's great. Congratulations. I think you get 100 subs very, very soon. In fact, I might surmise. Let me not say what I'm thinking. Let's just leave it that way. Let's just let it happen the way it's going to be. So all right. I would like to start today with, I guess, a word of gratitude. I feel like this is going to be my personal church. I'm just grateful this morning for friends. I know the topic is about people who don't feel like they have friends, but by the way, let me know if the music is too loud. I'm getting it in my headphones, but I don't think it's coming out on the stream. I'm not sure. Just to make sure that it's not distracting. Nice. Yeah, I started late today because during the week I have work earlier, so I usually start way earlier. But today we're going to start this time. Oh, sometimes very loud and goes very loud. Okay. Thank you. All right. I have lowered it on music bed, but let me see here. You know what? Music is fine. What I realized is that I try to fix things that I don't have a problem. Oh, maybe it's because I'm coming close with my. Could be it. I'm just going to reduce my own music here. All right, let's begin with the Daily Stoic. For anybody watching who might want to check out the book. So, the Daily Stoic, 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. So yeah, that's a book. It's pretty much meditations and things to think about on a daily basis. Today is December 4th. Ooh. Ho ho ho. I like this one. I was hoping to actually read it before coming to the stream, but I am glad I did not because I like the heading already. All right, this music is too exciting for this kind of conversation right now. That was too exciting music. I was like, let's think about the things we don't own, and then you have, DJ music in the background. All right. Anything that can be prevented, taken away, or coerced is not a person's own, but those things that can be blocked are their own. Epictetus Discourses 3:24-3. Now, the verse or the chapter itself. The conservationists, Daniel O'Brien, has said that he doesn't own his several thousand-acre buffalo ranch in South Dakota. He just lives there while the bank lets him make mortgage payments on it. It's a joke about the economy realities of ranching, but it also hints at the idea that land doesn't belong to one individual, that it will far outlast us and our descendants. Marcus Aurelius used to say that we don't own anything, and that even our lives are held in trust. We may claw and fight and work to own things, but those things can be taken away in a second. The same goes for other things we like to think are ours, but are equally precarious. Our status, our physical health, our strength, our relationships. How can these really be ours if something other than us, fate, bad luck, death, and so on, can dispossess us of them without notice? So, what do we own? Just our lives, and not for long. As I was reading this, I was thinking about the extreme version of Stoicism. I wonder if there's an extreme version. I think it's an extreme version for anything, where it's like you think so much in one particular direction that anything else is no longer a conversation. This idea of not owning things. Yeah, it's a great concept. But I'm just wondering, like, how do you even deal with this? Does it mean that when you're married or you have kids, you just detach yourself completely when they are happy? You're like, oh, that's really nice. I don't own you because you're just a living creature with your own life. Okay, that's an extreme version of it. I'm just trying to say it's possible to take some of these ideas and just go with them and then end up having an imbalanced perspective of life. But I think the main concept, the idea that we are not so much in control, rings true. What do you think? Katie says church of the club. Church at the club. Yeah, for the music, right? Church at the club. I think that extremism is too much dualism. Yeah, I agree. It's it can get very, and that's where my brain thinks. So this was me just, my brain is just giving me ideas like, bro, what if? Yeah, but it's a nice concept. I think it's a nice idea to just have that view of you don't own that. You don't own anything because anything can be taken away. You only own which is yours, which you still run out of time with. Katie says, I've been listening to Richard Rohr and Eckhart Tolle. They talk about the balance and getting out of dual first half of life place. The dual first half of life place. What is that? What does that mean? I mean, I probably need to read on that, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's funny that this chapter is from Epictetus because I'm reading this book now called The Stoic Salesman by Brendan Lennon? Lennon? I've forgotten the last name, but anyway. And the idea is about using stoicism to help people improve their sales techniques. And it's a pretty he basically shares some text from the Enchiridion Epictetus' discourses. No, that's not Enchiridion, something else. Anyway, in the first half of your life, dualism is all you know. Oh yeah, maybe I'm stuck there. Part of my brain is just here. Balance and accepting what is, living in the moment. Oh, okay, makes sense. All right, thanks for sharing that, Katie. I appreciate it. It's so much to learn in this world. I feel like, and that's why I just get, I don't say lazy. It's more like when I see a topic that I think about and my brain just says, you don't need this. I don't put effort. But then when I see something else that I really like, put in so much effort, I get scared of how much energy I'm willing to invest into it. And I think part of me thinks about the fact that I don't have much time generally. Like 100 years is not enough to know all the knowledge of the earth. But why do I even want to know all this knowledge? Anyway. Bessie! For some reason, StreamYard does not show the icons the way it shows on WhatsApp, on YouTube. So, yeah. Thank you for being here. Welcome. We finished reading the first part of Daily Stoic. And now we go to the second part before we talk about the topic of today's stream. Right? It's hard to know. You just, do I need to learn this? Do I need to learn how to edit? Do I need to learn how to make illustrations? Do I need to learn to build a website? And that's just for content creation. Now I'm just imagine as a parent, do I need to learn how to, I don't know what that is, but yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of things that you wonder, do I need to learn this? I mean, they're going to outgrow this anyway. Do I need to put effort in this? All right. Let's now move to The Daily Laws by Robert Greene, 366 meditations on power, seduction, mastery, strategy, and human nature. I like Robert Greene. I think he gives a lot of ideas that even if you're not going to use them, it's just good to know them. It's like being a martial artist. One of the ideas I think I understood from people who fight is they don't go to learn how to fight so they can walk around beating people up. I mean, most of them anyway. You learn how to fight so you don't have to, and if the point comes that you have to, then you're prepared. I think that's the whole point of knowing things about psychology, and a lot of Robert Greene's books are really about being able to have the knowledge in case you need it. Hey Gina, what's up? How are you? I'm good. I'm having a blast here reading through the Daily Stoic and the Daily Laws. We're doing this live mass. This is day 4. So I read from the Daily Stoic, then I read from this guy, and then we talk about the topic of the stream. So next one is, how are you doing, Gina? It's been a minute. Yesterday we were turning and facing our mortality. Looks like someone's been digging into psychology. I've always been digging into psychology my whole life, literally. In fact, my dad used to my dad had this thing that he said. I mean, it sounded like an insult at the time, but now I'm taking it as a very huge compliment. Like, so why are you always thinking about these things? Why can't you just live in the present moment? But anyway, I like my dad. It's a cool dude. All right. December 4th. The universe is within you. I'm glad to the brink of fear, standing at the bare ground, my head bathed in Jesus. I can't read, save my life. Let me see. I'm glad to the brink of fear, standing on the bare ground, my head bathed by the blithe air, and uplifted into infinite spaces. All mean egotism vanishes. I become a transparent eyeball. I am nothing. I see all the currents of the universal being circulate through me. I am part or parcel of God. That's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. All right, this one is short. I like it because it's short. The intro of December was very long, but let's get this one. So this is it. The one form of infinity that is perhaps the most sublimely marvelous to contemplate is the one that is closest to you, your own brain. Consider the following. There are approximately 1 million billion synapses, the links between the nerve cells, in the cortical sheet of the human brain. As biologist Gerald Edelman speculated, if we were to count these synapses one per second, it would take you about 32 million years to complete. Then, if you try to calculate all the possible paths these synapses will take to connect, the number would be hyper astronomical, in the vicinity of 20, followed by millions of zeros, a sum greater than all the positively charged particles in the universe, and more than all the matter that it contains. The neuroscientist Christoph Koch once declared that the human brain is the most complex object in the known universe. Equally remarkable are the hyperspeeds with which the human brain operates. The inner space of the human brain matches the outer space of the universe. It is nearly infinite in scope. And all this speed and power come from an organ composed of the basic elements found in rocks. Daily law. The grandeur of the universe is truly within us. Law of the sublime. 1. Expand the mind to its furthest reaches. The cosmic sublime. Yeah, I was talking earlier about, my brain thinks like this, my brain thinks like that. So my brain is an independent entity, which, according to this text, I have no idea the reaches of my own brain. Gina says she's doing so well in life. That's nice. The ways that people said we were too much is our superpower. Right? Right? You got this. Yes, I do. Why did my comment turn purple? I don't know. Which comment? Let me check on Facebook if there's anything. But yeah, what do you guys think about this text about the human brain and the capacity to do all these amazing things? What are your thoughts on that? And how much we don't even know about the brain itself? I love that. So advanced and the same materials as rocks, right? I think I saw a video by Neil deGrasse Tyson recently about how, I think he was talking about this idea that we are made of the same elements as, everything else. What's this? Yeah. Okay. Now, to the topic of the conversation. I think anybody who's going to be watching this recording will be like, why did he tell us about making friendships? And then he's not talking anything about friends. What? Why? No. Our human brain is huge, but I only use a small portion of it. I should explore it more. I would agree with that for myself. I think we don't even use, this is just guesses, but I'm sure people can say we don't use up to a percentage of our brains. And that's the thing. I think that's the beautiful thing about life. Maybe that's the reason why over time I find it harder to become overwhelmed by life in general, because when I think back to the things that I've been able to accomplish, and I think, this is like, when I say accomplish, let me give you one example. Being able to walk. Can you imagine being born and you cannot walk, and then you learn how to do it? Katie, you know this. You have two beautiful kids who you probably saw them struggle to do, use a spoon, and then now they're running around and making your life miserable. I don't make your life miserable. But the point I'm trying to say is, a lot of the things that we've been able to do in life come from there's a fallacy here. I can sense that I'm thinking with a way that is not correct. I don't know why, but I can sense that something's wrong about my logic right now. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that we're capable of a lot more than we usually think. Overcoming a lot of the stresses in life, overcoming the challenges, being able to think about a better life and then work towards building that life. I think we undermine the human capacity for growth And I say we generally, not just like some people do. And of course, I know there are people who don't do it intentionally. There are people who are wired differently. I'm not just saying that everybody should read books and become a personal development fan and then your life is fixed. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just, I think we can do so much more if we give ourselves the permission to explore the universe in us. And yeah. So today's topic, I sound like Abba from Abba and Preach. Today's topic. Anyway, I read an article a couple of days ago about friendship, about what to do when you feel like you don't have no friends. And that article got curated. When your article gets curated on Medium, basically it means the editors at Medium thought your article was cool and decided to send it to more people. You know, it's a nice feeling to see that you wrote something that was worth this group of editors that you will never meet decide like, hey, you know what? I think your writing is really nice. You're okay. Anyway, I wrote this article and I'm going to share the link here so you can check it out if you want. But I wanted to just talk a little bit about the ideas that I was trying to express in that article. What to do when you feel like you have no friends and no one cares. That was the topic. That was the sujet de l'article. Copy friend link. Friend link has been copied. Now let me share this here. Hey, welcome to the stream, Gavin. Let me go ahead and read your comment here real quick. I'm going to share the link to the article so you can read it on your own time if you want. I think the big thing to overcome is our egos. It's accepting pain from the past or worrying about things that haven't happened yet, right? I think there's a beautiful thing about human psychology that everybody needs to appreciate, because whether you're a doctor or a teacher, you deal with human beings on a day-to-day basis. And most of us don't actually act in very rational ways. And understanding that can allow you to forgive yourself for some of the things that you've done in the past that you thought were unreasonable. Like, why would I do this thing knowing that it's going to be dangerous for me? Why would I date this person? Why would I invest my time or my energy here? Why do I procrastinate so much? Why do I? It's like, it's your human nature. If you understand your nature better, you're more likely to avoid those things. And also you get to feel more empathy for people. You know, you see somebody committing an error, making a mistake over and over again, and you can see like, it's not that they're evil. I mean, some people sometimes are, but most people don't exactly do the things that they do because they want to do it. Is their nature sort of compels them. I think, you know, that ego you're talking about, Katie, we have to be able to overcome it. And I feel like it's a daily grind. It's not something that you do and then you're done. It's one of the things that you learn every day. You're not done. Like, you're never done improving. So, Gavin, welcome to the stream. What would you say is the main thing holding you back from where you think you want to be in life? Great content. Thanks for your sincerity in your videos. Thank you. What do you say is the main thing holding you back from where you think you want to be? That's like multiple. I feel like there are 3 questions in this. 1, what do you say the main thing is holding you back from where you think? It means it's not where I want to be, where I think I want to be. So there's some clarity here in terms of where I think I want to be. Is that really where I want to be, or do I just think? In the sense that, you know, sometimes I think, by the way, let me know if the music is too loud. I'm hearing it in my headphones here and I'm just feeling like it's very distracting. If it's distracting to you, I can just turn it off and let's talk. But yeah, so what I would say is the main thing that is holding me back is meta skills. So there are some skills that I need. For example, if you want to write, reading is a skill that is needed to write. So reading is a meta skill. Like, there's small skills that you need to get to a particular point. I think what is holding me back right now is that I haven't learned some skills that I needed to become more efficient and more productive with my time, because I noticed that I have everything that I need. I have the equipment, I have the talent, the gift. Let me call it talent. I have the gift. What is holding me back right now is the skill, which goes back to, I guess I am holding myself back by not learning the skills that I need to get there. And maybe because I always think about what I can control, I'm thinking seriously about where I can put in that effort to improve in those areas that can help. Because what I've realized is it's not so much about making the money, it's who you become. I mean, somebody has said this probably better than me, but it's who you become in that process, because I think those skills now build and become your personality. Somebody who's good at managing money will probably always be good at managing money once they've learned the skill. So even if they have $1,000 or 100,000 francs CFA, they'll be better at managing that money, and they're much more likely to build a business from that money. So what I'm lacking right now, I think, what I think is holding me from where I want to be in life, is just those meta skills. I don't know if that answers the question. It's very vague because it's something that I'm working on now, and I don't want to say things that I'm not sure about or that I haven't tested yet. So I'm actually working on building those skills. But yeah, thanks for the question, Gavin. I appreciate it. Conrad, it's been a minute. My biggest mission in this life is attempting to dissociate the mind from the brain. Oof. Where is the mind? Where is my mind? Song that I like. No matter how amazing the brain sounds, the mind is a whole new story, and you can't even take one from the other. I think this sentence here, like, no matter how amazing the brain sounds, the mind is a whole new story. I think this sentence cancels out the next one. You can't even take one from the other. Like, are you trying to say that, the mind is amazing? It's more amazing than the brain, but you can't take the mind from the brain. So isn't it like together amazing? I don't know. Why would you want to do that though? Like, why would you want to dissociate your mind and your brain? I'm curious. I've never thought about it. This is an interesting angle. I've never actually thought about this dissociation. Like, how does that work? It sounds like you have to meditate and then levitate and then just... It's a lot of things. But yes, that's a very interesting perspective. Huh. And it's great to have people who call you out when you say something and they say, wait, what? And it's great to have people who call you out when you say something and they say, that wasn't you talking, that was your ego. Wow. To have those kind of people in your life means that they really have to, I feel like they have to know you, and they have to be patient, because it takes a lot for someone to say something. Let me say, your ego speaks and you're upset and you're angry and you're saying these things that are hurtful, and the other person is able to see through that veil and tell you that's not you. It takes a lot to build those kind of relationships, methinks. Yeah. Gavin, it was Kamga sincerity that drew me to him too. Hey, thank you, Katie. It's it's funny. I had a question. A friend asked me a question the other day about this subject, like, how do I feel being so vulnerable on the internet? And first of all, I don't think I'm that vulnerable, because you haven't even seen anything yet, and you probably never see it, because I have like layers which I have discovered and I'm okay with. But in 2016, my friend Anne-Marie and I had this publication called Selfish, where we wrote about we're both in a different space in life with, trying to switch jobs. I was getting a new job. I think she was moving from a different space. So we were writing weekly on a Medium publication. And we called it, how do we call it? I've forgotten what the term we gave. We had a name for it. I think if she's watching this, she'll probably remember, but I've forgotten completely what it was. But we're just being honest with ourselves, with the journeys that we're going through, the difficulties that we had. And it was amazing. And I think that is at my core, that's my personality, which is why I find it very difficult to relate with people who are not honest. And I can sense it when they are not honest, and it turns me off. But I also acknowledge that not everybody has to be dishonest, so it's okay, Yeah. I say think because we are all on a journey. Sometimes our ego, etc., makes us believe we should be a version of ourselves that may not actually align with our purpose. 100%, Gavin. I think that's why I like that you use the word think. That's why it got me thinking, because I'm like, oh, that's what I think. But is that what is? Is that what I should be wanting? Is that where I should be going? I might think that this is what I should be like. I should be, and this is what happened to me with my writing. I used to think that I was a writer, and I would call myself a writer, and I would want to write, and I'll struggle to write. And because I thought and I labeled myself this way, I found myself struggling a lot to even write. And I'll ask myself questions like, if I'm a writer, why am I not writing? Shouldn't I be writing? Is that not what a writer does? Like, Kamga, what kind of writer doesn't write? And yeah, it may not be my purpose. I was reading this book 2 days ago, The Unchained Man by Alexander Groves, a short book on Kindle Unlimited. It's not for everybody. But one of the things that he said, which I'd heard before, but he said in a very unique way, was about purpose, where it's not so much about what, who, being a writer. It's why. Because when you find your why, it doesn't matter what method you use. Why are you doing what you're doing is a better question to be answering than what you should be doing. Like, you might be so for example, the example that it made me really understand what writing is, he didn't stop calling himself a writer and said he wants to help young men to improve in their masculinity and self-improvement and things like that. So the format doesn't matter. So whether it's video or audio or writing, unimportant. It's what and why you're doing it. Sorry, it's why you're doing it that is more important. So yeah. You're welcome, Gavin. You are welcome. Conrad, have you listened to Eckhart Tolle as well? Have you, Conrad? Absolutely agree with Gavin. The idea of what we think others want us to be, and even ourselves. I don't think it's not just about others. I think like the whole idea of my example of writing, I've thought for a long time. And part of me now is still like, Kamga, you're not even done thinking that I want to be a writer. And I've had to question it and actually wonder, like, what does that even mean? What is my goal here? What is the purpose? What am I trying to do? And I've had to accept, okay, maybe I need to broaden that horizon, or maybe I need to figure out why do you want to write? What are you trying to achieve with this writing? What is the purpose? What are you heading towards that you would take any way possible? Whether it's YouTube, whether it's live stream, whether it's podcast, whether it's writing, whether it's just talking to people one-on-one. What is the why that you're trying to get to? Yeah. I guess it's like the brain is like the engine, but the mind is the driver. It reminds me of the elephant and the rider analogy about emotions and mind, and that's a whole other game. I don't think I'm intellectually prepared to have this conversation. When someone called out my ego, it wasn't because I hurt them. It was because I was mad my advice wasn't listened to. Oh, I don't think about it that way. I didn't think about it that way. That's interesting because I actually have stopped giving people advice unless they ask for it. I used to be so excited. Somebody would tell me, Kamga, I'm struggling with this. Can you help me? I'll be like, yes, of course. Let me impart my wisdom that I've earned in less than 3 decades of existence in this multiverse. But now I don't. I just I sit there, I do my part, I just let people, yeah. Because I think we're all figuring it out. And you're right. You're right, Katie. Sometimes yeah. Like, who are we to be deciding whether people listen to us or not? You can say what you want to say, and if they take the advice, great. If they don't take the advice, great. You've done your part. That's why I think a lot more now. Somebody made a request recently that I could not respond to because I realized that if I'm going to respond, it's probably going to come from a place of ego. And I felt a bunch of emotions. So I had to take a step back and, okay, why am I feeling this? What is going on here? And what am I trying to accomplish? What is the long-term play? And how can I be most helpful? Even if it hurts me. Yeah. The brain is the engine and the mind is the ego. And the true us is the consciousness that is deeper than knowledge and facts. You know, I just had this thought of this limiting statement in my mind about how I don't think I'll ever be able to accomplish this level. Right? And it's just got me thinking about how we limit ourselves and we don't even allow these things to happen. It's just curious. Something that makes me grateful for friendships and life. And, you know, coming back to the topic of the live stream, which we haven't touched, and somebody watching this live stream will be like, Kamga, I thought you were talking about friends. What is going on here? Why are you talking about egos and consciousness? But there's this guy on TikTok. His name is Pax Dickerson. I think it's Pat Dickerson. I forgot his name, but he's a cool dude. I think he's African American. I don't know if he's African, but he's let me see if I can find his TikTok. I like his message. He's very he talks about some ideas that I never considered because I'm like, I don't even know where to begin with this thing. Like, what does this even mean? Paxton Dickerson, that's his name. Yeah, Paxton Dickerson. Psychoeducation, spiritual valet, and perception chancellor. And whenever I watch his videos, I'm like, bro, yeah. What is you know, Katie, that's a very good point. I agree, Gavin. Well said. She did well said. Dan told me it was my ego that made me mad. Vicky is paying me for my editing and advice. Hopefully this would help me to be less angry next time. You know? You know? It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's possible. I think that's one of my favorite, at least on my top 4 mantras. First one is alive and grateful. That's like number 1. Whenever you ask me what's going on in my life, this week has been very overwhelming. Like, I don't think I've spent an overwhelming week like this one because I've been struggling to get some things sorted out at my job that took way longer than I was expecting. And it's not like somebody was on my neck, like, you have to do this thing. It's more of, I have set these expectations of myself, and that's the ego, that I'm going to accomplish these things. And then I'm not able to do them. And no one is telling me I failed. I just sit there by myself and I punish myself. I'm like, you're going to sit here, because I work from home. I'm like, I'm going to sit here and do this work until it's done, even if it's past your time. So much to discover about being a human being, to be honest. Yeah. You know, when you do your part, Katie, as you said, your ego is making you mad. Vicky's paying you for editing and advice. Yeah, you just do your part. You just do your part and then you move on. It's one thing I had to learn with my brother a lot, and I'm still learning, where I think I know better because I'm trying to advise, or like, don't make these mistakes. Learn from me. I've failed. You don't have to fail. But everybody needs to learn their lessons. And sometimes all we can do for the people that we care about is to just be there for them when they need us. Not necessarily give them advice, or even if we give the advice, we want them to understand and appreciate and learn right now. Like, you have to listen to me. No, I don't. Nobody has to listen to you. Nobody has to listen to me. Change the name. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'll have to change the name. I don't think I can. Let me see. Can I change it from here? Let me see. Oh, yeah, I can change it directly in StreamYard. This is dope. I didn't think about this. I'm going to change it. Let me see. Yeah. Yep. I'm changing that name once it's done. Yeah. Let me see. I've been struggling to not get on Patreon, but my favorite content creators have abandoned me on Facebook, and they show up only once in a while, like today. That's rude. You know, the thing about being a content creator that people don't realize is that it takes a lot of. I mean, I think people realize it, but because it's not such a tangible, effort-driven, you cannot see somebody struggle to make a video. You just see the product, like, oh, that's cool, I could do that. You just see the video at the end of it. You're like, okay, that looks complicated, but I could do that. It's not like surgery, where when you see a surgeon, you're like, bro, in 1,000 years, I would never be able to open up somebody and close them up. Like, there's no way I can do it. But guess what? It's actually possible to do both. But to answer your comment, Conrad, you don't have to be on Patreon. I mean, this is streaming right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm using StreamYard, which allows me to stream on the 3 platforms. Actually, Patreon is where there are people on Patreon who support me directly there because they care about the content. So it's like, if you like your favorite content creator, this is what I'm going to say. Let me just say this once and for all and be clear about it. Content takes effort and energy and skill and a lot of things that people don't realize goes into it. And content creators usually just want to create. I know for a fact that if I were to wake up in the morning and make videos, I'll probably make more videos, read more books, and bring that knowledge to YouTube or to these other platforms or write these articles. But because I have to pay bills and I have to live a life and I have to take care of my family, well, I have to find a way to make an income. We live in a world where we don't want to accept that money is a necessity. I'm not saying I'm sure you totally agree with that. Money is a necessity. And I think a lot of creators find it difficult to reconcile their love for creation, their love for making things, for sharing ideas, for connecting and building community with the necessity of having a way to sustain that community. If you are able to make money with your content, then it means you can create more content. And I think the reason why platforms like Patreon are thriving is because Patreon provides a way for creators to receive support directly from their community. And I think it's cool. Even right now on YouTube, I mean, for example, I always forget this thing about YouTube. You can send a super chat. Like if we're having this conversation, like, oh my goodness, Kamga, you're such an eloquent young man with your glasses and headphones. Here's $2. Get yourself a cup of coffee that is not cheap and homemade. So a point I'm trying to make is that you don't have to join Patreon, but if you really like a content creator and you want to support their journey, it's a good move to make. Personally, I have people who are supporting me on Patreon, even though I don't make much content there, it's because they like my content. And whenever I think about those people, like, what, I like 4 people support me on Patreon. Not that many, but more than one is many. More than zero is many. And so, yeah, I'm thinking about creators who really love what they do, but then you find yourself you're not able to create because you don't have the money to pay your bills, so you have to get a job to do it, and you struggle to do both. Have a job and create, and it gets overwhelming, and it can be taxing and stressful, and it can get really hard. So yeah, that's why I chose to get a job that allows me to be able to do this thing without feeling that pressure of having to make money through YouTube. But I still believe that we live in a world where if you're skilled enough and you're talented enough, you can find a way to build those two, create community and sustain that community. And I think you need money to do both. Because this right here, for example, this is a Shure how's it called? SMB 50 something. I'm sure you've seen the microphone in many things. This is expensive. I have to save for this, bro. Yeah. So it's like you have to buy these things. You have to buy these. You have to pay for StreamYard's yearly subscription. This is a M50 camera that I'm using right now. That's why you're able to see this cool, auto effect thing. So it's like money goes into this thing. So somebody has to pay for it, right? A thumbnail. Oh, you're talking about yeah, Vic, I feel you. Ego alert. It's so true. I've uploaded over 450 videos over 3 years, and I haven't made a cent for it. Wow, that is a lot of videos, Katie. I think I haven't uploaded up to 175 videos. And this is, let me talk. I want to talk about something. Something just came to my mind. You probably heard about this, but I don't think you know how much it applies. And I don't just mean Katie, I mean generally speaking. And this is a reminder for myself. The 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. Probably heard about this Pareto principle. Let me just search it real quick so I can get the right words. All right, the Pareto principle. Let me just get to Wikipedia. Wikipedia has been sending me emails to support them for months now, and I just keep avoiding those emails. Talking of Patreon, I'm like, I use Wikipedia all the time. Why can I not give them $2 donation? It says right there, to all our readers in the US, please don't scroll past this. This Saturday, for the first time as recently, we humbly ask you to defend Wikipedia's independence. 98% of our readers don't give. They simply look the other way. Now I'm feeling guilty. And just look the other way. All right, so the Pareto principle says that for many outcomes, roughly 80% of consequences come from 20% of causes, the vital few. Other names for this principle are the 80-20 rule, the law of vital few, or the principle of factor sparsity. I didn't even know that. Management consultant Joseph M. Juran developed the concept in the context of quality control improvement and naming it after Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, who noted that 80-20 connection while at the University of Lausanne in 1896. Anyway, let me stop there. So, the Pareto principle, I just read it and I've forgotten again. Many outcomes, 80% of the consequences come from 20% of the cases. So, when it comes to videos and content creation and life in general, 80% of your rewards will come from 20% of your efforts. Now, when I heard that number when I saw the number 450 videos, my thought was 20% of the videos did probably outperformed the larger majority of the rest of the videos. And the way you succeed on YouTube and in content and in life in general is to focus on those 20% that actually move the needle. It's something that's covered on my channel, for example. I know for a fact on this channel that if I do only reaction videos, this channel is going to blow up. Now, the question is, am I willing to take that risk and build that personality and become the reaction guy? And that's why I was like, nah, bro, I can't do the reaction, just that. So I had to take a risk, which I'm still struggling with because, as you can see, the results aren't, great. It's like I need to accept the truth. But I think it's worth noting that you should not waste energy in things that are not giving you rewards. And when you have this large data of videos, it's possible to spot the ones that work and then leverage those, because that's a lot of videos. I haven't even made half of those. Yeah, I've never made up to 175 videos. I know because I'm always looking at my stats, and this thing always tells me I'm 11 videos to 175 videos. And even on my, right now, if I go to my analytics, about 10 of my videos bring the most views on, like 80% of my views on the channel. So something to think about. A lot of times when we put in a lot of energy, we should get rewarded for it. I think, yeah. It's a cheap and homemade coffee for me. You know what? I might have to change the title of the video, but anyway. Let me see. Hey, listen. I drink coffee from home. I do this thing now. I don't drink with in the beginning of the stream, I was saying I used to drink a lot of, well, not a lot, but I used to put sugar in my coffee. It was like the only thing I said I'll put coffee sugar in. But now I don't. I just drink it either empty or put almond milk just for the color, and that's it. Totally agree with you. I'm very happy to support good content creators and will be happy to join Patreon. Good content is rare. Thanks, man. Thank you. I think it takes. Everybody is talented at something. And I find that people struggle because they try to copy other people or believe that someone else's success takes away their success or someone else's talent reduces their talent. It's not only is it part of the ego we're talking about earlier, but it also just, I love the parable of is it the parable of the rich man, the merchant, the one where the guy who left his servants and gave them gold and was like, all right, I'm going to travel, and when I come back, tell me what you did with it or something. Where there's one who buries it and was like, nah, bro, this man is too evil. I cannot take my chances. I'm going to keep this money in the ground, and when he comes back, I'll take it, wash it, and give it back. Like this bro is evil. Another person who basically goes and wastes the money. Yeah, probably talents. Let me see if I can find it. Thank you, Mafo. It's good to have you here. Yeah. See, I'm gonna do how coffee. Power of talents. Let me check it if I can find it real quick. Sometimes I wonder if the internet is not making me, dumber, because now instead of thinking and remembering the video, I'm trying to find it. But yeah. Parable. How do you spell parable? Just saw the spelling. Wow, Google just told me the first one. It's like Google is listening to me. Matthew 25, verse 14 to 30, the parable of talents. Let's see. Oh. It's actually not even that long. For it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted them to his property. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Excusez-moi, that's cheap coffee. That's what happens with cheap coffee. So if you don't want me to buy cheap coffee, go and give me a super chat or subscribe on Patreon or something. That's a shameless plug. Have you ever seen the shameless plug? This is one. Have a look. All right. He who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them and made 5 talents more. So also he who had the 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. Now, after a long time, the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here, I have made 5 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. And he also who had the 2 talents came forward, saying, Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. Here, I have made 2 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. He also who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, gathering where you scattered no seed. This guy's insulting. He's insulting. Gathered where you had no seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here, have what is yours. But the master answered him, You wicked and slothful servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I have scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to he who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who has will be given more, and he who will have an abundance. Wait, just back up. For to everyone who has will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away, and cast the worthless servant into the utter darkness. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Look at that. Hey, Katie. I was away, and Katie. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, Katie. This is really nice. Oh, man. Look at that. My shameless plug worked. Nice. Thank you. Gavin says, how do you feel about the possibility of getting married again? That is, do you place as much importance on it now? Has your experience affected your willingness to it? Does it even mean the same thing now? This sounds like a question I'm going to clip. So let me say this, Gavin. I want to get married. Like straight up. I was married once, and it's not like I made a mistake or anything. I feel that taking a stance that is directly diametrical, opposing to like, oh no, don't do that again. By the way, Katie, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate. Let me just answer this question real quick. But first, I do want to get married. I don't think my experience of marriage has been transformed. I'm like, oh, marriage is evil. Don't get married. Women are this. Nah, that's not true. Like, I would not have gotten married to my ex-wife if I thought she was an evil person. She wasn't. My video, I tried to explain as much as possible that we had differences, and we saw the world in different ways that just culminated into this point where it was no longer sustainable. So I don't think marriage is evil and people should not get married. No. It doesn't mean the same thing now. The way I saw it before has changed. That is true. My experience has allowed me to learn a lot more about who I am, what I want, and also what I don't want. And I'm sure there's many things on that list. In fact, I'm actually working on a piece to address this for people. I'm not yet sure what it's going to look like. But to answer your question, how I feel about the possibility of getting married again, I'm 100% sure. But let me add this caveat. It doesn't mean that I'm not fine being by myself. Like, I'm not 100% like I have to get married because I'm so dependent on this idea of marriage. No, it's a nice thing to have. It's great. It's wonderful. I think if I want to have kids, they should grow in a family with two parents. That's one of my personal values. I believe in family and community. So the idea of marriage is closely linked to the idea of building a family, which means that you need to have somebody who you're on the same page with to get to that point. So I don't know how long it will take. I don't know where I'm going to get there, but I personally don't think it's a bad idea. I don't know if that answers the question. Sorry, that's my last off-topic question. No, don't worry about it. Today's Saturday, and I actually want to do a longer stream today. So I'm glad you're all here. I started late, so we'll just keep going. I've been doing 30 minutes every day for the past couple of days and really missing this interaction with people. So no, don't worry, Gavin. Yeah, it's fine. There's no off-topic question, so feel free to ask as much as you want. Katie, hey, ask and you shall receive now and then. Oh man, Katie, this is beautiful. Katie gave a super chat. So I'm working on having this button, a thing that so I'm using StreamYard right now to stream. But when I stream on Twitch, which I'll be doing later on today, if you like video games, you might want to stop by my Twitch. I stream games there every so often, the Chillax Squad on Discord. But look at how this money is making me feel excited. I'm like, no, I get to buy coffee. Nice. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. I forgot what I was talking about because I was getting excited we got the money. But thank you. Thank you very much, Katie. Thank you so much. This is nice. Oh yeah, I'll talk about streaming. Bessie, let me come back to you. I was talking about streaming. So I'm working on a thing where I can press a button and I can hear like these cool sounds that come out when something cool happens on the stream. I stream on Twitch using OBS, which is a lot more complicated than StreamYard. StreamYard is so simple. I love it. And there's a free version, by the way. If you like streaming, you can just use it. I think, Katie, you use StreamYard, right? You stream with StreamYard with your husband on a weekly basis. But anyway, on Twitch, I use OBS. I have like, overlays and alerts and all these cool things. But I was trying to find some hardware that will allow me to do it manually rather than having to click on OBS and get that sorted out. So yeah. Bessie says the voices for you. I am a man of many talents. I feel like I've been sitting on my talents and it's time to unleash. This is 2022. We have to prepare for it. The voiceovers are jokes. I should read more of these, right? Exactly, Bessie, the voices. You guys are having you guys are having it. I should do more readings. Yes, we're going to make it a thing on the channel. For real. Nope, I use XSplit for my. Oh, use XSplit for your streams. Okay, I don't know what XSplit is, but it does sound. Let me see what it looks like. XSplit. Let's see. Broadcast with XSplit, live streaming and video mixing application developed and maintained by Split Media Labs, mostly used for capturing gameplay for the live streaming of video recording purposes. Oh, nice. Let me see. Never use XSplit. Let me see. Oh, wow. Okay, this is nice. See, this is I think the pricing is good. License duration 1 month, 2 months, 12 months, more popular. So you buy a license like the VCAM Premium, remove edit watermark, VIP, $30 a year. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's a pretty decent alternative to StreamYard. StreamYard is relatively pricey, I'd say. Yeah. Yep. StreamYard is a little bit pricey. Yeah. Story time. Is that what you meant? Oh, use the free version. I mean, that's really good. Let me see here. Most popular lifetime. Oh, there's a lifetime. You can buy a lifetime license. Christmas gift alert. Let's see. But yeah. Yeah, it is. Certainly, we're good to bring all sorts of characters, right? Yeah. Especially with this mic, I'm actually, this is, so I don't know if you can see, yeah, you probably can see, I'm looking at camera. This is a cloud lifter. I got this cloud lifter. This mic sounds great without this, but then it picks up some sounds. I got this cloud lifter from the advice of Diana Gladly, who does amazing Video Simplified. I don't know if you know Diana, but if you're thinking of figuring out live streaming, YouTubing, all this stuff, she does a lot of content that enables you to make better decisions about gear and techniques and things like that. So she did a comparison of the cloud lifter, this one, which is relatively cheap, and the blue one, which I've seen in Matt Diavila's videos, Sean Canal's videos. And so I got this one, and I kind of like how it sounds. Yes. So I did that, and I'm going to get, actually already gotten it. I need to open it up. Another piece of equipment that will allow me to actually do something cool, which is to get you to call in if you want. Like, not just here on StreamYard. If you want to actually join through WhatsApp or through Zoom or through any other way, I'll be able to plug you in and have you on the stream. So I'm looking forward to making that happen. I'm still studying how to get it done, but yeah. You're a cheap lady. You know, I hear you. I hear you. That's the thing. Some of my friends think that I'm a rich guy because I just spend money on the things that I want. That's my mentality these years has changed that. I have a hard time not buying the things that I want. That's why I buy a lot of books and I buy a lot of gear. Everything else is like eh, food, clothes, shoes, But when it comes to gear, I would save, I would pinch, I would get another job, I would go on YouTube and beg for money so that I could buy the gear. But yeah, thank you. Yes, it's that was the goal because I know that I love listening to great audio. And you know how people sometimes say, "Oh, I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't enjoy listening to myself." I actually do enjoy listening to myself, which may sound a little bit selfish, but I realized that the reason why I did is when the audio quality is good, I like how it sounds and I can speak for days just because of that. Which is something that I think Diana talks about, not necessarily the voice and the audio, which is invest in the tools that make your life easier. I had one camera, this Canon M50, and it was working. It was good. But I noticed that I was too lazy to take it off from the streaming spot and then go and put it and make a video. So I had to think, do I need to get a second camera? So yeah, I had to find a way to get a second camera, and I did. And now this camera can stay here permanently. And whenever I need to make a video, I can just turn it on and I'm ready to go. So that's laziness, that feeling of, I need to set this up now. I need to charge my batteries. I need to plug it in. I need to extract the video. Oh my goodness, that's just so much work. I don't have that anymore. Yeah. I feel about buying stuff too. I don't want to buy gear because I'm intimidated about the learning curve that comes with tech. Here's what I'll say, Katie. Imagine a mom saying, I don't want to have kids because I'm intimidated about the learning curve that comes with being a mom. What would you tell her? I'll remove mom and replace that with tech. And that's the same thing. Anything that is worth doing takes effort, takes a learning curve. Anything that is worth doing requires you to become somebody that you aren't yet. So if you feel that the curve is too steep, you have to realize that you have gone through multiple steep curves, which means that at this point, you need to decide, okay, why do you want to get better at gear? You've made 450 videos, and I don't want to call you out. I don't think it's fair. But I think that maybe what could be holding you back from getting to that next level is a skill that is required to get to that level. If you watch my first videos, the way I was speaking, the way I was editing, like when I watched my first video, you haven't even seen, there's a video that I recorded back in Cameroon around 2011. That's 10 years ago. It's dark. I'm going to play that video when I get 100,000 subs on the channel. It's dark and it's me, and I'm talking with this weird accent. You don't even see my face. But I love that video. It's actually, it's private right now on my channel. It's there. It's right there. And I'm just looking at and I have another video that I recorded where I was trying to do these jump cuts, and I was trying to have this, these things where people have two conversations, one person's on the side of it. Like you're the same person having a conversation, like these videos on YouTube. There's a learning curve for everything that is worth doing. I really think that you have to accept it. And as you're working on your ego, which I know you're doing a lot, Katie, you need to be able to let go of it and just become that vessel. If you're able to learn how to walk, if you're able to learn how to be a mom, learn how to cook, learn how to, I don't know if you drive, then you can learn anything. Anything is figure outable. I've forgotten who said this, but everything is figure outable. When it comes to tech gear, let me tell you, for example, right now, there's this video that I want to make. Actually, it's a series of videos that I really want to make. Unboxing videos. I have shot the videos. I have the, the A roll. I have the B roll from above where I'm unboxing the video. But in my mind, I'm like, how do I edit this video? Do I just forget about it? Like, nobody cares about whether if I publish a video or not. Nobody's going to know if I don't put this video out. There's nobody who would find out that Kamga made a video and did not publish this video. No one will find out. But I know that the moment I'm able to figure out this video and actually edit this video properly, I'm going to get to the next level, which means that I can make an unboxing video. I'm going to gain a new skill that I never had before. And I'd have no idea where that skill will take me, how much money that skill can make me, who else I'm going to connect. Like, can you imagine making an unboxing video and somebody saying in the comments like, yo, I had no idea I didn't needed this thing until I saw this video, and you did it so well that I'm going to buy it now. And it's going to be useful for me. Now, imagine this person buys this thing. Let me see, I'm unboxing this phone, right? I buy this phone. And they never had a smartphone before. It was their first smartphone. They saw the unboxing of the video. And this phone has been unboxed. Now, they buy this phone. And then one day, they're sitting in the bus somewhere. And somebody's like, hey, can I use your phone? And this person now makes a call that saves someone else's life. Because this person had a phone. Because I made an unboxing video. Because I was able to overcome this fear of not being able to edit videos. I think we underestimate the way we are linked as human beings. And when you think about the fact that your actions can ricochet into the future and help somebody else, then I think it lowers ego a little bit, and you're able to look at things from a perspective of, maybe I'm afraid of doing it now because it's difficult, but what if this helps someone else? Yeah. So don't think about it as a learning curve that is difficult. Think about it as the fact that you'll be able to put yourself in a position where someone who needs your help will be able to find you and enjoy the experience of finding you. So it's not really about us. A lot of content is not about what we want to learn. It's about the people that we help on the journey of becoming the people that we could be. Yeah. I would tell the person who is scared to be a mom, go ahead and wait. There's no rush. Oh, okay. Well, I have a different view of that because there is a rush to an extent. We don't live forever. And I know people who wanted to have kids who waited and they found out they weren't able to have kids permanently. And of course, there's adoption, there's fostering, there's all kinds of things. The thing is, usually we don't know what we don't have until when we don't have it. Or we don't know what we have until when we lose it. It's like being angry at someone and you don't apologize and you don't find a way to get back to building a relationship, and then, knock on wood, they die. Yeah, there's no rush in apologizing. You can still deal with them, whatever they're going to deal with them. You can still talk to them at whatever point. But now they're no longer available. They're no longer present. They're gone. So the way I think about things like this is, sure, there is no rush right now. But what are you certain about the future? Are you so certain about the future that you know that you should not involve in learning now and preparing? That's the way I think about these things. And I could be wrong. 100%. Maybe having a child early is a bad idea. Maybe, indulging activities when you're not ready for it or mature enough is a bad idea. 100%. But I think that fear really stops us from becoming those people. And a lot of times, man, Like the job I'm doing right now, I was so afraid to apply for it. I was like, oh, I don't think I have the capacity. I don't think I'm able to do it. I've been doing this other thing, working with this other team for so long. Can I actually handle it? And I was lucky and blessed to have a mentor who was by my side, like, no, you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. Like, just do this, do that, keep going. I think a lot of things it's not that we should rush, but I use the phrase being aggressively patient, where it would take a long time to become a mom. It would take probably a whole lifetime. I'm sure it's a lifetime. You don't stop being a mom. And I think with content creation, you don't stop being a creator just because you learned a skill. If you don't use it, you lose it. So, yeah. Okay, to the person who's scared to be a parent, I'll say, hey, we all mess up our kids. Join the Yeah. I think that's a much more light-hearted way of looking at it. And then at that point, the cool thing about this answer, I think, is they'll decide whether to accept this or not. Am I willing to mess up my kids? And I feel it empowers you more knowing that you're going to mess up. Because some people tell you, oh, no, you're going to be fine. You have support. Everybody's going to help you. When you make your first video, people are going to like it. You're an interesting person. You're talented. You have great voices. But the future is uncertain. Nobody really knows what is going to happen. So the things that we can actually do is to focus on what we can control, which is, can I improve as a person, which can help me improve as a mom? Can I read all the books that I can find? Can I talk to other moms? Can I get experience? Can I be patient? Can I improve? So going back to the videos, right, to learning tech, Katie, I like to look at the previous experience that I had in learning. And so when I look around, I'm like, but I made all these. Take, for example, you were able to upload 450 videos. There are people who have not uploaded even one video. So you're way ahead of many people who think they don't know tech. You are editing for someone. You're getting paid to edit. Like, there's so much evidence that you know what you're talking about. Too much evidence, even. So I'd say it's time you just got into this. There's too much evidence that you're good at it. Don't let yourself stop yourself from getting to that next level. No, not fair. Yeah. I don't think it's fair to that. Like, like the parable of the talents I was reading earlier. You're holding your talents. Like, I don't want this master to come and take my talents away because he's an evil master who would kill me for it. I think you should. Yeah. I mean, there's the extreme, which is, just exploring everything and not taking into consideration your current conditions, your living expenses, the time involved. But it would take time. And the longer you wait, the more time it would take. I like that. I'm going to write that somewhere. The longer you wait, the longer time it would take. But sometimes it's wrong, but get into it, Katie. Begin. Don't give up, like the lyrics say. I like this song. Let me save it. Yeah. Looks like all the comments came in at the same time. Let me see. All right. I'd say it's going to be harder than anything. Ask for help. Don't isolate. Be kind to yourself. Sometimes it's easier for us to be nice to other people than to ourselves. I think for me, it's reversed this year. I've become so nice to myself. I'm afraid that that people will be. I don't know if it's the ego or what, but I've gotten to a point where I take care of myself. Like, I honestly don't care what most people say at this point. I mean, some people I do care more than I should, but I've gotten to a point where, for example, last night, my friends and I were playing Dead by Daylight on Twitch. Which, by the way, if you're not following me on Twitch, go follow me on Twitch. Let me put my link there. Shameless plug again. I'm such a shameless person this today. Twitch.tv. I don't know if it's spelling on my Twitch. I think it is. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yes, it is. There you go. So I was talking to a friend yesterday about it was 10 o'clock and I was supposed to go to bed, and they were like, no, let's hang out. Let's stay here and play more games. We're having fun. And I was having fun. I like my friends on my Discord family. I do enjoy people there. But I needed to sleep because I wanted to wake up early because this week has been rough. I needed to take care of myself. Because if you don't take care of yourself while you're learning all these things, you would crash. And when you crash, there's this quote. They say a healthy person wants a billion things. I think it's Naval who said it. A healthy person wants a billion things, but a sick person wants only one thing. And as much as we're on this journey to, creating content, becoming best versions of ourselves, separating mind from body and everything, if we don't take care of ourselves, then we don't even get the energy to do those things. You know? About messing up, sometimes I feel like I should look forward to failure, as in I've never failed at something, maybe I'm not doing it right. What do you think? I think I said this in one of my videos, or maybe it was a live stream, that every time I fail, I improve. Gavin, I don't know if you're watching, but that's how I felt about my marriage. When I failed that, and it was terrible, and I had this period where I felt like, okay, I'm the worst human being on earth. I should not be ever engaged in this thing. I've come out now feeling a lot more confident that I could actually make this work, that I actually have the skill and the capacity to improve and grow. So I think failure is when you learn what doesn't work, which then increases your chances of success. I don't look forward to it in like, oh, I want to go and fail at this thing. It's more like I welcome it. It's something that you cannot avoid if you're on the journey of becoming a better individual. You would fail at many things, but it's an opportunity to learn what has not worked. I think there's a Thomas Edison quote about, I haven't failed 1,000 times. I've learned 1,000 ways that didn't work. I think it's about perspective, which is my theme of this year is perspective. I just like the idea of perspective because somebody can tell you something, one thing, and then, you just hear it in a different way and it just changes the way you see things. And I love that aspect of perspective because you might be going through a tough time right now and you don't know how to proceed. And someone just says something that gives you a different angle of looking at everything. How amazing is that? That you can get a different view of a problem by just looking at it from a different angle from somebody else's perspective. That's why I don't trust my perspective about things a lot. I read a lot, I talk to people, I get ideas. I may not agree with you, but I will do my best to listen to what you have to say because there's one of the laws, one of the 12 rules of life, Jordan Peterson is it talk to people, listen to people as though they have something to teach you. I don't know if it's Jordan Peterson or was the Dale Carnegie. It's, talk to people, listen to people with the assumption that they have something to teach you, whether you disagree with them or not. Like when you come to a mindset of this person, I don't know, Republican, Democrat, whatever, I don't agree with them, but what if they had something to teach me? And with that mindset, now the way you approach a conversation is you're curious, you're less ready for a fight. I feel you're not fighting for trying to get your point across. What you're trying to do is really to understand where they're coming from, so yeah, I think failure is okay if you welcome it and you're willing to learn from it. I think that's why the growth mindset, having a growth mindset allows you to embrace failure. Because when you have a fixed mindset, when you fail, you're, oh my goodness, I am not talented, I am stupid, I am dumb, I have no skills, I am terrible person, mother, friend. But when you have the growth mindset, okay, it didn't work out this time. What can I learn from this? How can I make it work the next time? Yeah. Glory Mafor, looking forward to failure is a good way to put it. If you've never failed at something, you should try a lot more things. Yes, I agree. I heard a really good video back. Way back in the day about how when you don't succeed at something, you just need to suck at it for a long time. You see, and I would add that if you know yourself, you also know when to let go of things. Like I think deep down, we know when we are just being lazy, when we are just like, this is too much energy, or I don't want to put the effort. I think we know. Part of us knows that this is something we could be good at. I mean, that's the reason why I haven't left YouTube. As much as I've gone away for months and I've come back, part of me is like, Kamga, you're not putting in the right effort in the right direction. Like, you know what you're doing and you know where you should put in the effort. Guys, my dad is in the stream. Babisco, bonjour. Je t'appelle dans quelques instants. Je sais pas si tu es debout, mais on va parler plus tard. Hey guys, that's my dad. He's watching my stream. Yeah. So look at me now. I think I just reverted in my brain to like the 4-year-old. Hey, your dad is here. Yeah. Let me be quiet. Daddy's back home. But yeah. Yeah, I just need to get it for a long time. So I was adding the idea of self-awareness, knowing when to drop. There's a book by Seth Godin called The Dip, where it's not so much effort. It's not so much about. You should also know when to give up things. There are some things you should just give up. I don't think you can care about everything equally. Whether it's the things that you fight for, your values, where you put your effort, and yeah, you should know when to just leave it. Yeah. Hey, okay. I forgot that he's not able to see from because so when you watch on StreamYard on Facebook, you don't see all the comments unless I put them on the screen. So, Daddy, they're saying hello. My friends are telling you hello. Glory and Katie. Gavin says a lot of times failure actually makes me more determined to succeed next time. It kind of diminishes the fear of failing and debilitating weight which comes with it. Right? It's similar to the idea of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but sometimes things can kill you. But you build a thicker skin when you look back and you're like, I was able to overcome all these things. It's like, let me take an example that is very close to my heart. It's like relationships. If you have evidence that you've had successful relationships or moments in the relationship that were successful, even if ultimately the relationship doesn't work out, you have evidence that you're actually capable of this. Somebody who has no evidence at all has more fear that they may not work out. But when you have evidence, for example, let's say cooking. I don't like to cook. I like to eat. But I am capable of making a few dishes that can survive me if I was going to be by myself the rest of my existence. I'm fine with it. I don't mind. So because I have that evidence that I can do it, I'm able to live a life that is okay. Oh, my dad responded. Greetings to all the viewers. Hey, thank you, Daddy. I'll talk to you in a bit. Today's Saturday. I'm just relaxing this day. The stream is already past 1 hour. Having a good time. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too. But yeah, Gavin, your question. Yeah. Fear of failing. The more you fail and you're open to learning, the less fearful you become of that process of not being able to figure things out. So you need to be able to just embrace it in multiple aspects: spiritual, financial, emotional, physical. It's like going to the gym. You go and you miss a day and you feel like you're failed. You're able to move past that to a certain extent. I think we all have to learn, or at least improve our views of learning, right? The growth mindset is a very key aspect of this thing, because when you have a fixed mindset, you think your abilities are fixed, your capacity is fixed, you're born with a certain skill, and you have nothing else. But with a growth mindset, you'll realize, wow, everything can be learned. And I always go back to the example of children, because a child is born and basically helpless, and all of us were born and basically helpless. But we learned how to walk, we learned how to eat, we learned how to drive, we learned how to write. But I think we grow up and we forget that we learned all these things, we didn't know them. And we as adults are like, oh yeah, I'm so smart that I know what is right for me and what is wrong for me, so I'm not going to try this. That's why I love kids, because they just don't care. They will try it, unto a certain point where adults beat that out of them. But yeah. I would love to coach people who want to create videos but struggle with fear and not knowing what their style is or how to start. When it comes to coaching, the way I think about it, and the reason why I don't coach people personally, is because I want my results to speak for themselves. And people think, life coaching is such a bad idea. It's a great career path. I think it's a great thing to be able to help people directly or indirectly. Personally, the reason why I haven't done it, or I just do it through my videos, is because I want to get to the point where I feel comfortable enough to know that, okay, I can actually replicate these results. I can help somebody fix this thing about their life that I'm trying to work on. Right now, I'm like, yeah, Kamga, I know you're there. You never hear rich, bro. That's pigeon, by the way. Trying to find this song. It's too loud. No, I don't know what it is. But you know what? Let's go. Yeah, I think coaching is a great style, and people, it almost boils down to self-improvement. I think that's why I'm drawn to personal development and self-improvement, because finding out who you are takes sometimes a lot of removing who you thought you were. It's less about adding things, more about removing things. Like the Michelangelo's David. It's about removing the stone from the marble. It's about becoming or unbecoming. Yeah. Because we have a lot of baggage from childhood, from parenting, from things that we've heard from people, society. And you find people who struggle not because of who they are, but because of who they aren't, that they think they are. And yeah. I think I'm going to end the stream in 10 minutes. Let me change those titles just in case so I don't forget this when I do that. But yeah, if you have any questions, any comments, any other subject question that you have, I'm more than happy to keep bouncing it. But my friend Mugi has started streaming on Twitch, so I want to hurry up and get there before they get out of the way. I'll be streaming on Twitch for probably like what? This is 9 o'clock. I think I'll stream up to like 12. I'm streaming for a bit. Let me edit. Let me see. Let me edit this title. How do you deal with friends? Ego. What do we even talk about today? I have no idea what we talked about today. I'm so confused. What did we talk about today? Let me see. I guess I would say, are you afraid of being yourself? Are you afraid of growing into yourself? Yeah, that's what I'll put there. Yeah. Identity, yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like that. You just copy that and paste everywhere. Ooh, why are you afraid? You know what, Gavin? I'll go with that one. Go with that one. Sweet. All right. We did talk about identity. Yeah, we did. That is tradition. Why are you afraid? Thank you, Kamga. This has been great. You're welcome, Katie. Thank you for hanging out. You know, live streams are interesting piece of technology, or I guess community, which is people have to sit there and listen to you or watch you by their own volition. They have to choose to be there like this. And I'm sitting here talking and hearing myself, and yeah, it's so yeah. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for staying here with me and asking questions and leaving comments. I appreciate it. I think your time is very valuable. And for you to give me a part of that means a lot. It means that you care. It means that you believe in me. It means that you view me as someone who is worthwhile of your time. I'm not saying that I don't see myself that way. I just want you to really understand that I acknowledge that, and it's really cool. So thank you. I'm glad you aren't taking the easy part of reacting. You have so much more to give than that. I don't think reactions are easy, by the way, but I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. It's but I can tell you I'll still do reaction videos because I like them. To be honest, it's like a guilty pleasure. I enjoy watching people and just giving my perspective on their take. So you will still see reaction videos, but they are not going to be the staple of the channel. Yeah. But I hear what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. So, yeah, I like this song. It's coming up at the end of it. I like what you said about the 80-20 rule. How about doing 8 videos for real substance content you really want for every 2 reaction videos? That's a very, very relevant point. I think that's something I should consider. Yeah, for every 2 reaction videos, I make 8 videos. But actually, it would be the reverse, which would be for every 8 reaction videos, I'll make 2 videos that I want. Yeah. But you know what? You're going to see a mix of things, but one thing that I can assure you is going to be cutting across is perspective and improvement. Those are two. I've been thinking a lot about my content, my writing, my videos, podcast, whatever. Like, is it creativity? Is it immigration? Is it relationships? Now, the more I think about my content, the more I see that the idea of being able to look at things from a different angle is what appeals to me. That not everything is as black and white as people say it is, that you have to do things in a particular way. This is the way you're successful. This is the way you're a good parent. No, I think you can have a different perspective, and what works for you insofar as you're not hurting people and hurting yourself. So, yeah. But then who gets to decide if you're hurting people or hurting yourself? That's a whole other kind of worms. Okay, I'm glad you're doing what you like and staying true to that. Thank you, Katie. And Katie, yeah, let's see how things go. Let me not say things that I want to be able to back up. Let's see how things go. 4 more minutes, guys. Thank you for being you, Kamga. Sending blessings and prosperity your way. I think you're helping more people than you realize and helping yourself too. Man, this is really nice. I think this is what most people who make content on the internet want, is to be able to feel like a part of the whole, part of the community, and also be relevant to that community. I think all human beings have this need. We have to be useful in one way or the other. If we don't feel like we're useful, then it's difficult to keep going with ourselves. I think that's why we go after a lot of things, whether it's money, fame, success, love. We want to feel that we are relevant, that we are useful to somebody. At least that's what I think. So, Gavin, your comment here is, yeah. Thank you. Funny story is, I woke up this morning late and I had this moment just when I got out of bed where I was like, you don't have to make a video today, Kamga. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to do any of that. Yeah. But then we're here. We're here today. Community is what it's about. Oh, by the way, you don't have to do, you know what? You don't have to do a shameless plug. Let me do it. So, you guys have been watching and listening to this stream today. And Katie is my very good friend who's in Norway. And I think Katie is a cool creator. She's putting a lot of energy and putting a lot of effort, and she's doing amazing things on her channel. She has 2 channels. One where she talks a lot to people that she thinks are cool. Like, these are not people that you would consider cool by your own standards, or who are, popular superstars or all these kind of people. But she talks to people and she has heart-to-heart conversations about very deep personal topics. And I do think that if you're the kind of person who likes to think and go deeper than just surface level of the internet, and have that organic relationship with people, then you should check out Katie's channel. I'm going to put a link to her channels here real quick so you can go follow her. It would mean a lot to me if you can do that. She's just reached 900 subscribers on main channel, and I think she's getting close to more on the other channel. Let me check that real quick. Let me see. Oh, by the way, she's in Sweden. I just saw the. Hey, Lydia, thank you for being here. I'm trying to find a link to Katie's channel. Oh, by the way, if you haven't liked the video, please do. Just like the video. I like to see the likes go up. And YouTube has removed the dislike number, so now I don't know if anybody disliked this video. Yeah, Katie does these vlogs, like running vlogs, basically. So it's not just that, but she does vlogs as well. I don't know how you guys do vlogs. think vlogs are so difficult for me. It just takes so much effort. Maybe I just overthink it. I did one vlog and I was like, nah, bro, I cannot. I'm not. This is just too much effort. Probably take me a week to edit a vlog. But then again, I think I'm just not efficient enough. I don't think I'm efficient. I'm not very efficient with my vlogging. So Katie's channel is right here. Katie's in Sweden. Go on ahead and give her a follow. She's at 901 subscribers. So she's 99 subscribers away from getting 1,000 subs. And I'm sure on YouTube, you know what that means. That's a big deal. So there's a link in the description. And you can check out her other channel by clicking on the channel button on her. Yeah, she needs the community tab, guys. Oh, she already has it for this channel. And Katie's also an editor. She edits YouTube videos for other YouTube creators. So, hey, Katie, who knows? I might be doing business one of these days because I'm looking at these live streams. Yeah. I'm thinking I might have to start editing these videos and just making shorter videos to put on different things, you know? Lydia, it's been a while. I know. It's been a minute. But yeah, I'm doing a live mass. So I keep saying live mass because it's from Vlogmas. So instead of doing vlogs every day to Christmas, I'm doing lives every day for 10 days to Christmas. So you can tune in here in the mornings, turn on notification bell so that whenever I go live, you can check it out. Yeah. Yes, Katie is in Sweden. Sorry, I don't know. I'm so ignorant. I feel like I'm becoming very. Let me not say what I was thinking. Yes, indeed. Almost a year, right? It's been a while. I think that voice which stops us from going for it is merely attempting to protect us from being hurt/disappointed. It means no harm, but knows not the harm it actually is doing. Ooh. You know, my mind went to this. So there's this show on Netflix, and none of you, I can bet so much money that none of you have ever heard about it. Maybe you have, Gavin. For the other people, I'm sure they haven't. They have no idea. But JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventures is a really quirky show that if you don't know it, you either like it or you don't. Like it's an anime, by the way. It's not like a live action. But season 6 of JoJo came out, and I watched it a couple of days ago in the evening when I was trying to relax. And so basically, the premise of JoJo is this century-long feud between two families, the Joestar family and basically it started with Joestar, the first Joestar, and then Dio Brando. And these guys have been fighting for decades throughout their family lines. And so season 6 came out, and there was one particular scene where one of the Joestar descendants was fighting this entity, this intellect that was basically created from intellect, but it was alive, and he wanted to protect these discs. And no spoiler alert, but the discs were very important for a certain purpose. And then there was this conversation where the Joestar, her name is Jolene Cujo. So all the descendants are called Jojo for some reason. They always find a way to have Jojo in the name. So her friend tries to kill this entity, and she stops her. The entity is like, it needs water to survive. So the friend was trying to pour dust on it. And, why did you stop it? Why did you, it's trying to kill us. It's trying to destroy us. Like, and Jolene says, if this entity has no idea of what good is, then how would they know what evil is? They just fought this thing. This thing was going to hurt them. It was like this robot type situation. But if he doesn't know what good is, then how would he know what evil is? And Gavin, your comment just made me think about the fact that a lot of time this voice in our head is not necessarily good or bad. It just is. And I think when people think of meditation or think about those things, they forget you have to be able to just see it. You don't have to decide good, bad. Sometimes I think the label that James Altucher used was useful, not useful. Because if you change it from that good or evil, good or bad, that dualism, Kate, I'm sure you appreciate this one. When you change it from that space, it's much more useful, not useful. It doesn't have to be good or bad. So if you're thinking, I'm afraid of trying out making videos, creating content, is this a useful thought or not a useful thought? You label it and then you move along and act accordingly. So yeah, plugging in my anime love here. Yeah, you have a new subscriber. Nice. Hey, 902, we're getting close. This is really cool. Yes, that is the truth, Gavin. The voice in your head tries to protect us, is just motivated from fear. Yeah, and fear can be useful or not useful. Sometimes, if somebody is standing in front of you with a gun and you're afraid, that is a useful thought. Use it. But if you're trying to start a channel and you're afraid, well, that is not a very useful thought. So maybe you don't want to use it. Thank you, Glory. Yeah. Hey. So much just is and accepting is where peace can come from. Yeah. 100%. So I will see you tomorrow. It's Sunday. Probably be at church at the time I'll be doing what I'm doing here, but we're going to keep going. This is day 4 of the live mass. We have 6 more days. I'm enjoying these. And once this is done, I might switch to once a week or I'll disappear again for like 6 months. But I'll be back. So if you like video games, I am going to be on Twitch. After this, I'm probably going to sit there and play for long hours. I want to play Outriders. It's a game that I really like. And we can play 3 of us. So if you like video games and you're into watching me play video games and just see a different side of me, I guess you might want to check out my Twitch. We usually play all kinds of games. This is we're playing Dead by Daylight. What else do we play? Playing Rogue Company is the one I play a lot. I haven't played in a long time, but Rogue Company, Tomb Raider. I actually want to play it again, just cause. But anyway, what I'm trying to make is that I'm ending the stream now. I had a great time. Really enjoyed hanging out with you, Gavin, Mafo, Katie, Bessie, Lydia. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here, taking your time, and just having a chat about life. Let me make sure I don't miss someone because I don't want. Hi, current comment. What is this? Oh, StreamYard has done a really great job. Let me see who else was in the stream today. I don't want to miss out someone. Katie, Bessie, Gavin. Katie, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. It's really nice. Yeah, thank you. Enjoying content is one thing. Putting money where the effort is going is another thing. And I think it's a nice feeling to know that somebody's willing to put their hard-earned money in something that I made. So, yeah. Parable of the... Oh, Conrad. Yes, Conrad was here as well. I don't know if you're still watching. Maybe you're not. Conrad, thank you for hanging out, man. It's really nice. Gina hopped in for a short laugh and disappeared. All right. Let's see. New comments. Hugs. Nostrils of Death. I've watched so many Nostrils of Death. If you watch Katie's first video, she used to do that a lot. I don't know why she stopped doing it. I think she was like, well, maybe she hasn't. I just haven't watched many of her recent videos. But hey, thank you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Nostrils of Death. All right, cool. All right, guys. Bye. I don't want to go. This is so nice. But I'll be on Twitch, so find me there. Bye-bye.